Welcome to ISEP Science. This is Shubhra Sharma. So today we are going to discuss the last part of mathematical tool, that is integration. But before that, remember why you started. So whenever anyone discourages you, anyone demotivates you, just remember that why you have started something that motivates you, something that brings a good future goal to you. So remember that why you have started. So let's begin. So in this part, we'll discuss about integration, and which will say that integration is just nothing, just a reverse of differentiation. If you already know and you have watched my previous videos regarding differentiation, then you will automatically get an idea of integration, right? So integration is a reverse of differentiation, and the symbol by which we can denote this integration is integral, and we'll denote it like this, right? So if I'll say any function fx with respect to dx, right, fx with respect to dx, then it is read as integral of f of x and dx, integral of f of x dx, right? So next thing is, what is f of x? F of x, to whom we have to find the integral, that is known as integrand, right? Integrand. And if I'll say what is this integration and why we call this integration, it is important that we have used this sign, this summation, right? We have used this sign summation. This is known as summation, in which we have a range of various values also, right? So in this, if I'll say the summation, so summation of discrete values, if I have to find the summation of discrete values, then I can take this summation. But if I have to take the summation of continuous values, then I have to use this integral. So now you will get the idea that why we have used summation here, right? So summation of discrete values, we have to use this summation, and summation of continuous value, we have to use this integral, right? So I will not go in detail with this integration because it's a part of mathematics, and I'll do only that much here with what is required for your physics part, right? So let's have a view on the formula part of the integration, that what kind of formulas we will use and utilize it in the various numerical problems. So let's do it. Students, as we already know that integration is just a reverse of differentiation. So by writing the formula differentiation, we just go with the reverse of it and we'll find the formula for integration, right? So let's say I have a first formula that was x raised to power n, x raised to power n. So what we have done for this, x raised to power n, it means we have taken that y is equals to x raised to power n. So what would be the dy by dx? It was nx n minus 1, like this, right? So if similarly here also y equals to x raised to power n, then how to find the integration of it? So just y dx in integral form, and we will have, what we'll have? We'll have x raised to power n dx integration, like this, right? So what would be the answer? X raised to power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. I hope this is clear to you. N plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Right? So let's have example. Let's have example of this. Firstly, for example, if I'll say, for example, x raised to power 5. So I'll write here as y is equals to x raised to power 5 dy by dx, that is equals to 5x raised to power 5 minus 1, that is 5x raised to power 4, right? So here also if I'll say example, for example, so that will be y equals to x raised to power 5 and y dx, so x raised to power 5 dx, it would be x raised to power 5 plus 1 divided by 5 plus 1. So the answer will be x raised to power 6 divided by 6, right? So from the first formula, we'll get an idea that in case of differentiation, we have to make power less. We have to make power less. But in case of integration, we have to add the power, so power more. Right? Here we are subtracting 1 minus, and here we are adding 1 plus. So this is simple. I think you will get this idea, right? So if I move forward to the next thing, what was the differentiation of the constant value? What was the differentiation of constant value? Constant value, if I'll say x raised to power 0. This is a constant thing. So what would be the differentiation of this? The constant value differentiation is 0. The constant value differentiation is 0. But here, if I'll say x raised to power 0, so y dx, and what it would be? It would be x raised to power 0 plus 1 divided by x raised to power 0 plus 1, right? So it would be x raised to power 1. So the answer will be 1 because we are adding the power here. We are adding the power here, and here we are subtracting the power. Right? Here we are subtracting the power, and here we are adding the power. Clear? So for the next one, we have done y equals to u plus y. Or sorry, u plus v. If y is u plus v, then what will be differentiation of it? We have written dy by dx is equals to du by dx plus dv by dx. We have written like this, right? So in case of this integration, y is equals to u plus v, and we have to take the integration, and what it would be? U dx plus v dx, like this. This will be the integration of u plus v. And the next one is, if I'll say, next one is, right, we have to, we have the formula like y is equals to log of x, right? Where y is equals to log of x, and it would be dy by dx was 1 by x. So simply reverse here. What will be that? Y is equals to 1 of x if it is given, then 1 of x dx is equals to log ex. And you know the meaning of log e. Log e is exponential. I hope this is clear to you. For the next one, we had y equals to e raised to power x. So dy by dx was e raised to power x again. Right? Here, if I'll say y equals to e raised to power x, then the integration of y dx will be e raised to power x dx, and it will be same as e raised to power x. The differentiation as well as integration of e raised to power x is same as e raised to power x, right? So the next one is, if I'll say y equals to e raised to power ax, y is equals to e raised to power ax. So in differentiation was dy by dx a e raised to power x. Here we are multiplying, and here will divide, right? So what it would be? E raised to power ax. So integration of y dx, it would be e raised to power x divided by a. Clear to you, right? Okay. So the next formula was, it was y is equals to a raised to power x. It means constant power x. A is constant of power x. That was equals to y is equals to a raised to power x log ea. Right? So here it will be y e raised to a raised to power x. So integration of this. I told you that if multiplying here, then we have to divide it. If subtracting here, we have to addition here. We have to do addition here, right? So a raised to power x divided by log ea. Clear to you? Right. Okay. So the next one is, if I'll say the differentiation of trigonometric function, that was sin x. So dy by dx was what? Cos x. Plus or minus? It was plus cos x. Right? So here if I'll say y equals to sin x, so integration of this, we have taken here as addition. It means plus sign was there, and here we'll write minus of cos x. So just change the sign and change the multiplication to division also, right? The next one is If y is equals to cos of x, then dy by dx was minus sin x. So here it will be y is equals to cos x and y dx will be equals to plus sin x. I hope that you are getting my idea that how we can transform the formula from differentiation to integration, right? If I'll say that y is equals to sine of nx, like n is any value, 1 to 100, any value. So what would be the differentiation of it? Differentiation is n sine nx, right? So if I'll say the integration of sine nx, so we have multiplied it and here we have to divide. So it would be sine nx divided by n. Clear? Okay. So here it was, if I need to find the integration differentiation of tan x, so it was dy by dx is equals to secant square x. So here if I'll say y equals to secant square x, then the integration of secant square x will be equals to tan x, right? But don't do this that the integration of tan x will be secant square x. No, integration of tan x is something else, not this. I hope this is clear to you. And like this, I'll provide you the formula sheet regarding the integration formulas. But basically, from the physics point of view, we will use these these formulas only, right? If in case another formula will come, then I'll provide you the formula sheet regarding it. But mostly, in most of the cases, from integration, we have used only x raised to power n formula in whole physics, in all plus 2. Or more than, we can use the integration of sin x as well as cos x. Nothing more than that. But it's for your concern as well as for your evaluation, that you can evaluate yourself that what kind of formula you will need to calculate if these type of equations or these type of quantities will arise, right? So this is a basic idea of it, and for the non-medical student, they will discuss each and everything of this regarding integration as well as differentiation in class 12th. So now we'll discuss about that how many type of integration is there. So integration is generally of two types. So first one is your definite integral and second one is your indefinite integral. Indefinite and definite. So what does this meaning? Definite integral means when a function, for example, if I'll say function f of x, right? If function f of x is defined between some values, like exact values, like from a to b. This is exact value that this function will go from a and to move to b. So this is exact value. But if I'll say we have to define the function f of dx, but in the integral form, but I have not given you the exact values, right? I have not given you the exact values, right? So in that case, this will be the indefinite integral. And in this case, you have to write c. And what would be the c? C will be the constant, and we have to add the constant here, right? We have to add the constant here for the correct evaluation. I hope this is clear to you. What is the difference between definite as well as indefinite integration, right? Clear? Okay, so in case of definite, we have to write the limits like from a to b, and in indefinite, we have to write the constant after the answer. Clear? Let's try to solve some questions. So in this first question is y is equals to x raised to power 5. So what we need to do, that we need to integrate it, right? And what kind of integration is this? This is an indefinite integral because the limits are not defined, that from where to where we have to find, right? So x raised to power 5 dx. So this is a kind of integration x raised to power n, right? So what we'll have to do, x raised to power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 plus c. So x raised to power 6 divided by 6 plus c. This is the answer, right? So in this, the secant 4x tan x, you need to understand this phenomena and you need to understand it. What kind of, so in this, what kind of differentiation, what kind of integration we already know. What kind of integration we already know? We know that the secant square x is tan x, right? We know that the secant square x is tan x. So let's suppose suppose secant x is equals to z, right? Let's suppose secant x is z. So the differentiation of, if I'll say the differentiation part, so it would be dz upon dx, right? Dz upon dx. Or we can say what? Differentiation of secant x. The differentiation of secant x is secant x tan x, right? Secant x tan x. So this dx will come here and dz will go there, right? So secant x tan x dx, that is dz. Clear? So now what you have to do, we'll have like this. If we already have secant 4x tan x, so can we write it like secant cube x into secant x tan x? Yes? Can we write it like this? Yes, we can write it like this, right? Okay. So secant cube x, secant x tan x. What is secant x tan x? So what can we write here as? So secant x is already know that z. So we can write here as z cube. Yes. So secant x tan x dx. Secant x tan x dx is what? Dz. Secant x tan x dx is what? Dz. So now we can write here as x raised to power n formula. So z raised to power 3 plus 1 divided by 3 plus 1. So z raised to power 4 divided by 4 plus c. Right? So what is z here? What we have put z? Secant x. Yani secant square x divided by 4 plus c. So this will be the formula. This will be the result of this. So this method is known as, this method of integration is known as integration by substitution. We have substitute the value. Integration by substitution. We have substitute the values and then we have solved it. But you need to focus on what is given and what kind of integration you can find from them, right? So let's have another formula. That's very simple one, that x raised to power 5 by 3 dx. So simply x raised to power 5 by 3 plus 1, x raised to power 5 by 3 plus 1. So simply you can take the LCM, that will be 8 by 3 and it will be also 8 by 3, 8 will be here, 3 will be here and plus. Right? Okay. So in case of definite integral, we have the first question, that cos 5x. So if a cos 5x is given, then we already know that cos nx was sin nx divided by n, right? So it will be sin n means 5 divided by 5. So it would be 0 to 30. So 1 by 5 will take as common. So firstly upper limit minus lower limit, like this we have to fill upper limit minus lower limit. But what is upper limit is 30. So in place of x you have to write 30. So it will be 5 multiplied 30 minus sine 0 definitely, and it will be sine 150, right? Sine 150. So how can you find the value of sine 150? What is sine 150 here? I'll find sine 150 value. Sine 150 is nothing, just a multiplication. So in case of definite integral, we have the first question, that cos 5x. So if a cos 5x is given, then we already know that cos nx was sin nx divided by n, right? So it will be sin n means 5 divided by 5. So it would be 0 to 30. So 1 by 5 will take as common. So firstly upper limit minus lower limit, like this we have to fill upper limit minus lower limit. But what is upper limit is 30. So in place of x you have to write 30. So it will be 5 multiplied 30 minus sine 0 definitely, and it will be sine 150, right? Sine 150. So how can you find the value of sine 150? What is sine 150 here? I'll find sine 150 value. Sine 150 is nothing, just a multiplication 30, right? So sine 30 is what? Sine 30 is 1 by 2. So the answer will be 1 by 10. Simple. So let's move to the another one, that cos 4x minus 3. So cos 4x minus 3, what it will be? So cos 4x, it means this is what? This is, if I suppose that this is x, right? Okay, so cos x will be sin x again. So sin 4x minus 3. If sin 4x minus 3, then we have to find 4x minus 3 integration again. So what it will be? 4x minus 3 integration. So it will be 4x. Here is multiplying and we have to divide it, and the integration of 3 is, okay, so firstly we'll need to find like this, sin 4x 15 by 30. Students, this is a formula list that you all needed, derivative as well as integration. So you can simply define integration as antiderivative. Clear? So I am giving you some questions that you need to solve, indefinite integrals, and if you will able to solve these, then it means that your integration part is very clear to you, and hopefully you will get an idea that how to solve and how to apply the formulas. So thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope that you will like this video as you have already liked my other videos too. And for the suggestions, if you have any problem, then you can contact me. Thank you so much.